Right then, you culinary adventurers, you steak fanatics. Welcome to our ultimate guide to the top 10 steaks you must try in the world. Forget your bland chicken breasts and your overcooked pork chops for a moment, because today, we're diving headfirst into the glorious, arousing world of perfectly cooked, exquisitely sourced, prime cuts of beef. This isn't just about slapping a piece of meat on a grill, oh no. This is about tradition, it's about passion, it's about understanding the animal, the aging, the marbling, and the sheer bloody artistry that goes into producing a steak that will make your taste buds sing an opera. If you're a steak lover, you're in for a treat. Let's dive right in. We're going on a global pilgrimage, a meaty odyssey to uncover the steaks that define excellence. From the legendary, almost mythical hills of Japan to the rustic charm of an Italian trattoria, from the vibrant plains of Argentina to the sophisticated kitchens of France. Each steak tells a story, a testament to the culture and the culinary heritage it comes from. So, sharpen your knives, get your napkins ready, because what I'm about to show you is going to change the way you think about steak forever. Prepare yourselves for a journey that will tantalize your senses and ignite your passion for truly exceptional food. We're talking about textures so tender they defy belief, flavors so profound they'll leave you speechless, and experiences so memorable you'll be recounting them for years to come. This isn't just a list, it's a bloody challenge. A challenge to seek out the best, to appreciate the craft, and to indulge in one of life's greatest pleasures. So, are you ready? Good, because the heat is on, and these steaks are waiting. Let's go. Right, let's kick things off with an absolute titan. A legend in the world of beef Kobe beef from Japan. Now listen to me, not all Wagyu is Kobe, but all Kobe is Wagyu, and it's the champagne of the beef world for a bloody good reason. We're talking about Tajima-Gyu cattle, born, raised, and processed in Hyogo Prefecture. The standards are ridiculously strict, stricter than my bloody kitchen on a bad night. This isn't just any cow, this is royalty, treated with a level of care that's almost unbelievable, and it shows in every single magnificent bite. The marbling, oh my god, the marbling. It's not just fat, it's an intricate, delicate web of intramuscular fat that looks like a work of art, like fine lace woven through the muscle. This isn't your chewy, gristly fat, this is fat that melts at a lower temperature than your body heat, meaning it literally dissolves on your tongue. It bastes the meat from the inside as it cooks, creating a richness and a succulence that is, quite frankly, unparalleled. You don't chew Kobe, you experience it. It yields, it surrenders, it's an ethereal experience. The texture then is something else. Forget everything you thought you knew about tenderness. This is next level. It's buttery, it's silky, it's almost creamy. You could practically cut it with a bloody fork if not a harsh stare. The Japanese have perfected the art of raising these cattle with specific diets, sometimes including beer or sake and even massages. Though how much of that is folklore and how much is fact, the results speak for themselves. The dedication is immense, and it translates directly to the plate. When you cook Kobe, you need to treat it with the utmost respect. You don't want to go drowning it in heavy sauces or overcomplicating things. A bit of salt, a quick sear on a teppanyaki grill or a super hot pan to get that beautiful crust, letting the quality of the meat shine. It's so rich that you don't need a massive portion either. A few ounces of perfectly cooked Kobe is an experience that will stay with you, a benchmark against which all other steaks will be judged. It's a symphony of flavor, delicate yet intensely beefy. The flavor profile is complex, subtle sweetness, a deep umami, and a clean, lingering finish. It's not just about the fat. The meat itself has a refined taste that is truly unique. It's an expensive habit, no doubt about it, but for a true connoisseur, for a special occasion, it's an investment in a culinary memory that is quite simply priceless. If you ever get the chance to try authentic Kobe beef in Japan or from a reputable supplier, don't you dare hesitate. It's a pilgrimage for the palate. So, number one on our list, and for very, very good reason, is this Japanese masterpiece. It sets an incredibly high bar for what beef can be. It's about the meticulous care, the genetic heritage, the unparalleled marbling, and that unforgettable melt-in-your-mouth experience. It's not just steak, it's an art form, a testament to Japanese dedication to perfection. Stunning, absolutely stunning. Don't be an idiot sandwich and pass this one up if the chance arises. Next up, we're heading down to South America, to the land of the Gauchos, the tango, and some of the most flavorful beef on the planet, Argentina. And we're specifically talking about their ribeye, or as they call it. Forget your delicate, pampered Japanese cattle for a moment. This is a different beast altogether in the best possible way. This is about rugged, natural, and intensely beefy flavor, born from cattle that roam free on the vast pampas grasslands. The key here, and listen closely, is grass-fed. These Argentine cattle, predominantly Angus and Hereford breeds, spend their lives grazing on lush, natural pastures. This diet makes a monumental difference to the final product. The meat is leaner than its grain-fed counterparts, but don't you dare think that means it's tough or lacks flavor. Oh no, quite the contrary. It develops a distinct, almost earthy, and incredibly satisfying beefiness that you just don't get from conventional beef. It's a pure, unadulterated taste of the land. The Argentine ribeye is a masterpiece of their traditional barbecue, which is more than just a way of cooking. It's a cultural institution, a social event. They cook it slow, often over wood embers, allowing the fat to render beautifully and the smoke to impart an extra layer of complexity. The ribeye, with its generous marbling, different from Kobe, more concentrated pockets that render and baste, is perfect for this kind of cooking. It stays incredibly juicy and develops a fantastic crust. What you get with an Argentine ribeye is a robust, assertive flavor. It's not about subtlety here, it's about a full frontal assault of delicious, authentic beef taste. The texture is wonderfully satisfying too, a pleasant chew that reminds you you're eating proper meat, yet still tender and succulent. It's often served simply, perhaps with a side of chimichurri sauce, that vibrant, herby, garlicky condiment that cuts through the richness of the meat perfectly. No need for fancy juice or complicated reductions here. The Gauchos knew what they were doing. They understood the land, the cattle, and the fire. That tradition is alive and well, and you can taste it in every bite. The fat cap on an Argentine ribeye is also something to behold. When rendered correctly, it becomes crispy and packed with flavor, a delightful contrast to the tender meat. It's a steak that encourages you to get stuck in, to enjoy the primal satisfaction of well-cooked meat. It's honest, it's hearty, and it's bloody delicious. So, if you're after a steak that's bursting with character, that tells a story of its origin, and that delivers a truly memorable eating experience, then the Argentine ribeye is an absolute must-try. It's a testament to the power of natural rearing and skillful traditional cooking. It's a world away from the delicacy of Kobe, but equally deserving of its place on this list. Get yourself to a proper Argentine steakhouse, or better yet, and prepare to be amazed. Don't mess it up by asking for it well done, you donkey! Alright, let's cross the pond to the good old US of A, the land of big flavors and even bigger steaks. And when we talk American steak, one cut stands proud, a true heavyweight champion, the USDA Prime Porterhouse. Now for those of you who don't know, the Porterhouse is basically two incredible steaks in one, separated by a T-shaped bone. On one side you've got the tender buttery filet mignon, and on the other the richly marbled, robustly flavored New York strip, or sirloin. It's the best of both bloody worlds. The USDA Prime designation is crucial here. This isn't just any old bit of cow. Prime is the highest grade awarded by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, meaning it comes from young, well-fed cattle and has abundant marbling. That marbling, those beautiful flecks of intramuscular fat, is key to flavor and juiciness. When that porterhouse hits the heat, that fat melts, basting the meat from within, keeping it succulent and packing it with that gorgeous, rich, beefy taste that American steakhouses are famous for. Cooking a porterhouse is an art. Because you've got two different muscles with different tenderness levels, you need to know what you're doing. Typically, it's a thick-cut steak, at least 1.5 inches, sometimes 2 inches thick. This allows you to get a beautiful, dark, flavorful crust on the outside, while keeping the inside perfectly cooked to your liking. Ideally, a lovely medium rare, pink and juicy. Grilling over high heat, perhaps on a charcoal grill for that smoky char, is the classic approach. The experience of eating a porterhouse is fantastic. You can switch between the melt-in-your-mouth tenderness of the fillet and the more substantial, chewier, but intensely flavorful strip. It's a steak that's made for sharing, though I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to tackle one all by yourself, you greedy bugger. It's often served very simply, perhaps with a pat of herb butter melting on top, or a classic steak sauce on the side, though a prime porterhouse, cooked properly, needs very little adornment. This steak is an icon of American culinary culture. It represents indulgence, quality, and that big, bold approach to flavor. Think classic steakhouses, red leather booths, a good bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon, the Porterhouse is king in that environment. It's a statement piece, a celebration of beef at its finest. The sheer size and the combination of textures and flavors make it a truly memorable experience. It's not for the faint-hearted, but for a true steak aficionado, it's pure bloody bliss. So if you find yourself in a top-notch American steakhouse and you see USDA Prime Porterhouse on the menu and you're feeling hungry, then you know what to do. Don't even think about it. Just order the damn thing. It's a quintessential steak experience, delivering on all fronts. Flavor, tenderness, and sheer unadulterated satisfaction. A true American classic that more than earns its spot on this list. Just make sure they cook it properly or there'll be hell to pay. Right, let's head down under to the land of sunshine, stunning landscapes, and increasingly, some of the best bloody Wagyu beef outside of Japan. We're talking about Australian Wagyu. Now the Aussies, clever sods that they are, took Japanese Wagyu genetics from breeds like the Tajima, Kadaka, and Shimane and crossbred them, often with Angus cattle, to create a product that is uniquely Australian, yet retains many of the hallmark qualities of its Japanese ancestors. What you get with Australian Wagyu is first and foremost incredible marbling. While it might not always reach the stratospheric levels of the highest grade Japanese A5 Kobe, it's still consistently and beautifully marbled, often graded on a similar AUS meat or MSA scale that goes up to 9+ for the really top-tier stuff. This marbling, just like in its Japanese cousin, means a steak that is incredibly tender, exceptionally juicy, and packed with a rich, buttery flavor that coats your entire palate. The Australian ranchers have really embraced Wagyu production, and they're doing a phenomenal job. They've adapted Japanese rearing techniques to the Australian environment, focusing on long feeding programs, often for 400 to 600 days, with specialized grain-based diets. This careful, patient approach is what develops that signature marbling and the soft texture that Wagyu is renowned for. The result is a consistently high-quality product that's gaining massive international recognition, and rightly so. When it comes to cooking Australian Wagyu, much like Kobe, less is often more. You want to let that incredible beef shine. A hot pan, a quick sear to develop a gorgeous crust, and careful attention not to overcook it. Because of the high fat content, it cooks relatively quickly and can go from perfectly medium rare to overdone in a blink if you're not paying attention. You donut. The richness means that again you don't need a gigantic slab. A well-portioned cut will deliver an intensely satisfying experience. The flavor profile of Australian Wagyu is often described as a beautiful balance. It has that signature Wagyu richness and buttery mouthfeel, but some say it can also carry a slightly more pronounced beefy flavor, especially in the crossbred varieties which many people absolutely love. It's a fantastic bridge between the extreme richness of purebred Japanese Wagyu and the more traditional beefiness of Western breeds. It offers a luxurious experience that is both decadent and deeply satisfying. So Australian Wagyu is a serious contender on the global steak stage. It offers that sought-after Wagyu experience, the tenderness, the juiciness, the incredible flavor, with its own unique Australian character. It's a testament to Aussie ingenuity and their commitment to producing world-class beef. If you see Australian Wagyu on a menu, especially a high marble score cut like a ribeye or a sirloin, give it a go. It's a luxurious, delicious experience that will make you understand why Wagyu, in all its forms, is so bloody revered. Alright, let's samba our way back to South America, this time to Brazil, the land of carnival, football, and a cut of beef that is an absolute icon of their churrasco barbecue culture, picanha. Now, you might know this cut as a rump cap, sirloin cap, or culotte in other parts of the world, but in Brazil, picanha is king, and for bloody good reason. It's a triangular cut from the top of the rump, and its defining feature is a glorious, thick layer of fat that sits proudly on top. That fat cap, let me tell you, is not something to be trimmed off and discarded, you muppets. Oh no, that's where the magic happens. As the picanha cooks, traditionally skewered in a C shape and roasted over open flames in a churrascaria, that fat renders down, basting the meat continuously, keeping it incredibly moist and infusing it with the most amazing, rich, beefy flavor. It's a self-basting miracle, this cut. The meat itself is tender, with a distinct grain that's satisfying to bite into. The Brazilians know how to treat their picanha. They usually season it very simply, often with just coarse sea salt, allowing the quality of the beef and the flavor from the fat and the fire to take center stage. In a churrascaria, the waiters, or pasadores, will bring these magnificent skewers of sizzling picanha directly to your table, expertly carving off thin, succulent slices right onto your plate. It's a theatrical, an exciting, and a downright delicious way to eat steak. What makes picanha so special is its intense beefiness combined with that rendered fat. The flavor is robust, yet the texture, when cooked correctly, usually to a perfect medium rare, is surprisingly tender. It's not as heavily marbled throughout the muscle like a Wagyu or a USDA prime ribeye, but it doesn't need to be. The flavor comes from the quality of the beef and that all-important fat cap. It's a cut that truly punches above its weight in terms of flavor-to-cost ratio in its homeland. It's a cut that's designed for communal eating, for celebration. The way it's served, slice by slice, encourages you to savor each piece, to enjoy the company, the atmosphere. It's the heart and soul of Brazilian barbecue. You'll often find it cooked with the fat scored, which helps it render even more effectively, and creates these delightfully crispy edges. The aroma alone, as it roasts over the coals, is enough to make your mouth water uncontrollably. So, if you're looking for a steak experience that's full of flavor, tradition, and a bit of tableside theater, then you absolutely must seek out authentic Brazilian picanha. Don't be shy about that fat cap, embrace it, relish it. It's what makes this cut so unique and so bloody irresistible. It's a true taste of Brazil, a cut that proves simplicity, when done right with quality ingredients, can be absolutely spectacular. Get it on your list and make sure it's cooked by someone who knows what they're doing. Now, we journey to the rolling hills of Tuscany, Italy for a steak that is steeped in history and tradition, a true carnivore's delight, Bistecca alla Fiorentina. This isn't just any steak, it's an institution, a culinary emblem of Florence, and let me tell you, they are bloody serious about their Bistecca. There are rules, there are traditions, and when it's done right, it's an experience that is utterly sublime, a testament to the beauty of simplicity. True Bistecca alla Fiorentina comes from a specific breed of cattle, the Chianina. These are magnificent, ancient white beasts, one of the oldest and largest breeds in the world. The meat is lean but incredibly flavorful. The cut itself is a thick-cut, bone-in porterhouse or T-bone, typically at least 2 inches thick, sometimes even 3, and weighing a hefty kilo or more. This is not a steak for the faint of heart. It's designed to be shared, a centerpiece for a memorable meal. The preparation is deceptively simple, but precision is key. The steak is aged for a specific period, then brought to room temperature before cooking. It's traditionally cooked over a very hot wood or charcoal fire, searing it quickly on both sides to create a beautiful, dark, almost charred crust, while the inside remains incredibly rare. Al sangue, as the Italians say, meaning bloody. If you ask for it cooked any more than rare, you might just get thrown out of the restaurant, and I wouldn't blame them. The seasoning? Minimal. A touch of salt, perhaps some pepper, often added after cooking. The idea is to let the quality of the Chianina beef and the smokiness from the grill speak for themselves. There are no fancy sauces, no elaborate garnishes. It's usually served simply, perhaps with a drizzle of good Tuscan olive oil, a wedge of lemon, and some cannellini beans or roasted potatoes on the side. The focus is entirely on the magnificent piece of meat itself. The flavor of a true Bistecca alla Fiorentina is robust, deeply beefy, with a unique taste that comes from the Chianina breed and the traditional aging and cooking methods. The texture is a wonderful contrast. That crisp, charred exterior giving way to a tender, almost meltingly soft, rare interior. It's a primal, satisfying experience, connecting you to centuries of Tuscan culinary heritage. It's a bold statement, a celebration of high-quality local ingredients. So, if you find yourself in Florence or anywhere in Tuscany seeking out an authentic Bistecca alla Fiorentina is non-negotiable. It's more than just a meal, it's a cultural experience. It's about respecting the ingredients, understanding the tradition, and savoring a steak that is unapologetically itself. Just remember, order it rare, share it with good company, and pair it with a robust Chianti Classico. Bellissimo. Don't you dare ask for ketchup, you Philistine. Alright, my friends, we're now zipping over to France, the heart of amazing classic food, where getting things just right and making them taste incredible is what it's all about. And we're looking at a cut that's a superstar in French cafes, a real sign of how good French cooking is, the entrecôte. Now, entrecôte actually means between the ribs. It's usually a top-notch piece of rib steak, often without the bone, and everyone loves it because it's so tender and has those beautiful lines of fat. It's like the French version of a ribeye, and believe me, they treat it with all the respect it totally deserves. The French way with entrecôte is all about awesome meat and a lot of times a fantastic sauce to go with it. The steak itself is usually super high quality with great marbling and cooked perfectly, usually seared in a pan with butter until it's a point, which is medium rare or saignant, which means rare. That browning on the outside, the Maillard reaction, that's super important here. It makes this beautiful, tasty crust while keeping the inside all soft and juicy. It's all about skill, about knowing your heat and your timing. But what really takes the French entrecôte experience to the next level is often the sauce. A perfectly cooked entrecôte is great on its own, sure, but the French are absolute masters at making sauces. Think about a classic entrecôte Bercy with white wine, shallots, and parsley, or a rich entrecôte bordelaise with red wine, bone marrow, and shallots. Or the super popular entrecôte with Café de Paris butter. That's this amazing herby, mustardy butter that just melts all over the hot steak. Oh man, these sauces don't cover up the taste of the beef, they make it even better, they lift it up. The feel of a well-made entrecôte is wonderfully soft, with just enough chew to make it really satisfying. That marbling means it's juicy and packed with flavor. It's a classy steak experience. It's less about a giant slab of meat and more about a dish where everything on the plate just works together perfectly. It's often served with classic sides like pommes frites. That's French fries, but like really, really good ones, and a simple green salad. This isn't just a steak, it's a huge part of French cafe life. Gap 2S. Imagine sitting in a busy Paris cafe, you hear the forks and knives clinking, people chatting away, and then this sizzling entrecôte lands in front of you, and the smell just fills the air. It's a classic that never gets old, a dish that really shows the French love for amazing food, made with skill and a whole lot of heart. It's about enjoying that moment, the people you're with, and just how incredibly delicious a perfectly made plate of food can be. So, if you're in France or at any really good French restaurant, ordering the entrecôte is a fantastic choice. Pay attention to how they offer it. What kind of sauce, what sides come with it. It's your chance to taste real French cooking skill up close. It's a steak that's both comforting and kind of fancy, and it really proves how awesome classic French cooking still is. Just don't expect a massive piece of steak, okay? Here, it's all about how good it is, not how big it is. And when it's done right, it's absolutely stunning. Right, let's venture down to the vibrant, diverse landscapes of South Africa, a country with a rich braai, barbecue culture, and a unique approach to meat. Now when we talk biltong steak, it's not a specific cut in the traditional sense like a ribeye or sirloin named biltong. Instead, we're looking at how the essence and flavor profiles of their iconic biltong, that delicious, spiced, air-cured meat, can influence or inspire a steak dish, or a steak cut popular in the region that carries a similar robust, savory character. Think about the spices used in biltong: coriander, black pepper, rock salt, sometimes brown sugar, vinegar, and other secret ingredients. These flavors are bold, they are aromatic, they are uniquely South African. Imagine a prime cut of South African beef, perhaps a beautifully marbled rump or sirloin, that is treated with a rub inspired by these biltong spices before it hits the flames of a braai. That's the kind of unique experience we're delving into here. It's about a steak that captures the spirit of the Veld. The quality of South African beef is excellent, often grass-fed, resulting in meat that is flavorful and has a good texture. When you combine this with a biltong-inspired seasoning and cook it over wood or charcoal on a braai, you get something truly special. The spices form a fragrant crust, locking in the juices, and the smoke from the fire adds another layer of complexity. It's a steak that is deeply savory, aromatic, and incredibly Moorish. Alternatively, one might consider a biltong-infused steak where finely shaved biltong is incorporated into a sauce, a butter, or even used as a garnish, adding its distinctive salty, spiced umami punch to a perfectly grilled steak. The South Africans are incredibly innovative with their braai, and this fusion of their beloved biltong with a prime steak cut is a natural and delicious evolution. It's about taking a national treasure and elevating it in a new context. This isn't about a steak, that biltong, because biltong is a cured product. This is about a fresh steak, cooked to perfection, that either carries the characteristic spice blend of biltong or is served in a way that celebrates that iconic flavor profile. It speaks to the resourcefulness and culinary creativity found in South African cooking. It's a nod to tradition while embracing the joy of a perfectly cooked piece of beef. So, if you're exploring the culinary delights of South Africa, or you're feeling adventurous in your own kitchen, look for steaks that are given this unique Biltong spice treatment or served with Biltong accompaniments. It's a flavor journey that's unlike any other steak on this list. It's robust, it's aromatic, and it's a true taste of South African passion for meat. It's a bloody, brilliant way to experience the heart of their braai culture. Don't be afraid of those bold spices, they are magnificent. Right, for our final stop on this global steak tour, we're coming home, to the green pastures of the British Isles, specifically Scotland, the birthplace of one of the most renowned and respected beef breeds in the world, Aberdeen Angus. This isn't about fancy, exotic preparations, this is about the intrinsic quality of the beef itself. That rich, deeply satisfying, unmistakably beefy flavor that has made Aberdeen Angus a global benchmark for quality. Aberdeen Angus cattle are naturally polled, hornless, and are known for their hardiness and their ability to thrive on grass. This natural, often grass-fed diet contributes significantly to the flavor profile of the meat. What sets good Aberdeen Angus apart is its fine marbling, not as intense as Wagyu, but beautifully distributed, which results in a steak that is both tender and incredibly juicy when cooked properly. It's a consistent, reliable, and bloody delicious breed. When you're talking about a prime Aberdeen Angus steak, whether it's a sirloin, a ribeye, or a majestic fillet, you're looking for that deep red color, that creamy white fat, and that wonderful intramuscular marbling. The British and Irish farmers who raise these cattle take immense pride in their work, focusing on animal welfare and sustainable farming practices, which absolutely translates to the quality on the plate. It's beef you can trust. Cooking Aberdeen Angus is straightforward because the quality speaks for itself. A good sear in a hot pan with a knob of butter, some thyme and garlic, basting it as it cooks to a perfect medium rare, is often all it needs. Or of course grilled over charcoal for that beautiful smoky char. The key is not to overcomplicate it. Let that natural, rich, beefy flavor be the star of the show. It's robust enough to stand up to a good peppercorn sauce or a classic Diane, but it truly shines on its own. This is the kind of steak that forms the backbone of a fantastic Sunday roast, a celebratory meal, or just a bloody good dinner. It's versatile, it's flavorful, and it represents the best of British farming. It has a satisfying texture, a good bite, but with that underlying tenderness that comes from good breeding and proper aging. It's a comforting, familiar, yet always impressive steak experience. It's the taste of quality, tradition, and damn good beef. So, as we round off our top 10, the Aberdeen Angus holds its head high. It's a testament to the fact that you don't always need exotic breeds or elaborate techniques to achieve steak perfection. Sometimes it's about the fundamental quality of the animal, the care in its rearing, and the simple, honest flavor that results. A well-cooked Aberdeen Angus steak is a joy to behold and a bloody delight to eat. A true British champion and a fitting end to our meaty journey. There you have it, the ultimate top 10 steaks you must try in the world. What a bloody delicious journey, eh? From the mind-blowing marbling of Japanese Kobe to the robust grass-fed glory of Argentine Ribeye, the two-in-one masterpiece of a USDA prime porterhouse, right through to the rich beefy satisfaction of a British Aberdeen Angus. We've spanned the globe, uncovered unique traditions, and hopefully made your stomachs rumble louder than a Concorde taking off. Each one of these steaks offers a unique experience, a taste of its culture, and a bloody good reason to celebrate the art of beef. Now the big question is, after all that, which one are you most excited to try? Are you dreaming of that melt-in-your-mouth Wagyu, the smoky char of a Picanha, or the aged intensity of a Spanish Souletin? Perhaps you're a purist, longing for that perfectly cooked Florentine or a classic French Entrecôte. Whatever your preference, I want to hear it. Get down in those comments below and let us know which steak has captured your imagination, or if there's a hidden gem you think we've missed. Let's get a proper debate going. And listen, if you enjoyed this meaty exploration, if you're feeling inspired to go out and find your new favorite steak, then do us a favor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more delicious content. We've got plenty more culinary adventures, tips, and maybe a few rants coming your way. So until next time, get out there, eat well, demand quality, and don't you dare overcook your steak. Cheers.